Every time I pick up a every time I pick up a book, it is always something that I felt like I was needing. Like, oh, I needed to read about this, or this is exactly what I needed to educate myself with, right? So like, for example, I made a whole career change and a whole different role in a whole different field. And I'm coming up a year with it. And in retrospect, I felt if I had started knowing what I'm reading now and applying those within myself, I think I would have done a little bit better, dealing with the unknown, right? Of course, when you're doing new things, there's a lot of unknowns. There's a lot of learning, and in learning comes learning pains. And the book is saying the magic of thinking big. You are what you think you are, right? If you think that you are not capable of something, then your brain finds all the ways to validate those thoughts, right? And a lot of the times I remember like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing here. Am I really doing what I'm supposed to be here? Am I really adding value to the teams I'm part of? Like, oh, it's only a matter of time. They'll think that I'm not capable of this. I might get fired. They might let me go. Things like that in the back of my head it was just like I was mentally beating my own self, and come to find out what you really think about yourself, it shows that in the outside. It shows in your action. So like if you think that, oh, I'm a top performer, your brain is literally going to find ways of confirming that you're a top performer. Like, oh, I'm meeting expectations. When it's something asked of me, I'm right there. I'm fulfilling it. So it's very important that we always tell ourselves better stories. We always talk to ourselves in a positive way, in an empowering way. Because if I tell you I can't do that, well, I'm going to have to find, my brain is like, oh, okay. We can't do that. We really can't do that, huh?
And then you see things happening. You're like, oh, this is why.
Yeah.
So good.
And in contrast, when I say something like, oh yeah, I'm capable of that. I can learn that. And I'm capable of doing that. Then it's like every time I'm doing things that prove to myself that I am capable of doing things. I'm capable of.
Do you feel like? So you talk about like your accent a lot, but you work in multicultural team, and everybody has an accent. Do you not think that everybody else is having that same kind of problems?
Yeah. We have coworkers, or we have someone part of the team that are from, most of our people is like from India, and they have accent, but they still do their job very well, and they still get their point across in a very professional way. Yeah, there might be times that they can't be understood, but then teams would ask like, hey, I really did get what you're saying. I'm kind of lost at what you said. Can you please repeat it? So in retrospect, I think my brain is always thinking like I'm the only one here that can't speak clearly, that can't communicate properly because of where I came from.
Well, and again, it's weird that people that can speak multiple language feels that way, because it's more impressive that you can speak multiple language, rather than, oh, you have an accent.
Yeah.
Can't like, I was just like, oh, you're speaking multiple languages here and figuring this out and communicating.
Yeah. So, with that, The better story that I tell myself now is that, like, look at you. Like, really look at you right now. Like, you're talking. You're talking. You're speaking up. You're asking questions. You were so afraid to do that before because you sold yourself short. You literally did not believe in yourself.
Why do you keep on calling them stories?
But then they're stories because our life is a story we tell ourselves. You tell yourself your own story and then you tell that story to other people. So if you want better story for yourself, then you need to start telling better stories of yourself. Because that's what you communicate to other people.
Like saying, like, I can't do this or I can't do that. That also happens. You know, sometimes people put those stories in your head, and then you have to be able to do the job of telling yourself something different.
Yeah.
Believing that rather than believing what, you know, maybe your friends or your parents or family, you know, put in your head.
Literally, the people who raised me is telling me, oh, Janet's not really smart, but, you know, she's making it. Janet's really not really smart in school, but she's, you know, making it okay, you know? And that's the story these people told about myself, and I believe that story. Oh, Janet is so desperate for male attention. That's from my mom. And I truly believe that was true. But then again, in retrospect, that's a whole nother conversation. We are a broken family. There was no man in the house. There was no man figure in the house. So yes, I will seek male attention. I can feel myself raging a little bit.
Yeah. What do you do whenever you get there?
Now I learn how to pause and actually ask myself, okay, like I'm feeling something. And I have to put those in words so I can actually articulate it better. And now I'm being emotional about it. That's a whole nother topic, but that's part of it, right? It is part of it. And so that's why I always have, now, I always try to talk to myself in a more positive way. Like I will always try to reframe things. I always, now I learn to challenge those negative thoughts or limiting beliefs. Like I learned this from someone. Like, is this really true? Is that who you really are right now? Like in the future, are you gonna be like this? Or are you know what I mean? Are you working towards this, you know, belief? It's not enough for you. So I always come up with like, that's not who I am. That is something that I learned from somewhere, someone who made me believe, and I believed them, and now I'm learning it.
Because you can unlearn it.
Because you can unlearn it. That's facts. You can learn. You can learn a lot of things, and so as well you can unlearn a lot of things.
There's a lot, huh?
Yeah, that's a lot.
So a good book then.
Such a great book. You really have to tell yourself, like, you are, like, I am important. I am somebody that is important. I am somebody that is capable. I am somebody that is not a fucking average, because I always want better for myself. So my kids can have a better life, or people around me can have a better experience when they are around me. And I hope I'm doing a good job on that regard.
You're doing a great job there. You're doing a wonderful job. I just get in my head sometimes.
We all do. But I have become really, really aware that our kids really imitate us. So we have to be very aware and like self-aware of what we say and what we do, because they imitate us.
Yeah, well, I mean, at the very least, we put the right books in their head. Like, I want students to read that book. You know, while they're reading that book, adult children of immature parents, of emotionally immature parents, adult children of emotionally immature parents. So I think they were preparing him very well, but at the very least, it's like if I can't figure my own self out, at least you know how to identify what I'm doing and protect yourself against it.
Yeah, he made a great observation actually off of that.
I
You want
figured.
to talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, I've been trying to, probe him to talk more about it and be more open with saying, like, hey, I kind of noticed that you do this.
Mm-hmm.
Or, like, hey, I've kind of noticed that this happens. Right. And I think that we did a great job of facilitating and making him feel confident and comfortable being like, I noticed that, Teacher Jordan does that. And then we're able to jump that over to, hey, you kind of have the same kind of actions or responses to emotional trauma or emotionally, bothersome times, where you shut down and kind of you're just like, you're not gonna get any emotion out of me while you're, you know, doing whatever. And so it's something at least he can understand now. 'Cause I didn't know that I did that until like later. And then even when I was able to identify it, it took time for me to. It's still there. I'm still working on it. But I do it less and less. Hey, come here. What's up?
You can come in, Bubba. What's up?
Come here. Sit down. Come here. Come here.
You're checking in. What's up with your belly?
Sit down. Go close the door.
What did you eat for breakfast?
Cereal.
I think we need to cook you something better, yeah?
Say hi to everybody.
Hi,
Hi, everybody. What's your name?
Chris.
Yeah. So, Chris, what do you like doing?
Alex. I'm playing outside.
Robotics and playing outside. What have you been up to lately?
Building stuff. Playing outside.
Reading books.
Brush teeth here. So, tell everybody why you like robotics.
Because it looks fun and you can build a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's cool.
Love
Love you.
Right, say bye.
Bye. What are y'all doing?
Just talking.
Are y'all going to post it?
Maybe.
Okay.
Post your cute little face.
Hmm?
Nothing.
What?
Get out of here. I mean, we're doing well. Yeah.
I think so.
Trying.
I think that's all we can do. And then letting them know that we're not perfect. We don't know exactly what we're doing. We just do the best that we can from the things that we learn from, and build from there.
I think that's where me being like stepdad kind of helps out a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm able to have a bit more intimate conversations, if that makes any sense. Like that kind of extra distinction of it kind of makes them feel a little bit more open.
Yeah.
I like to think that he's pretty good talking about things with me, but got to make sure I'm doing a better job of, controlling my emotional, not range, ability to not shut down.
Yeah.
So I don't want to bother. I don't want to bother anybody. So it just makes it seem simpler to just not talk, or not be non-existent, I don't know. That's usually my trope is like everybody be better off without me, So my
You
thing.
do say
I do that a lot.
You do say that a lot.
I know. So it's not fun. I'm not really sure where that developed at,
I think you don't see like this big impact that you are making for our lives, or the boys' lives in specific. So when you say that, I'm just like,
I know. I feel bad. I'm sorry. I know that bothers you. I know it's a very.
it bothers me for them, like more than for me, because like for me and you, like we clearly communicated to each other, like if it feels unhealthy for you to be with me, or if I feel unhealthy to be with you, then we have an open communication to be like, hey, this is what's happening. I think we should do this or do that. But then when it comes to them, it's like you're their dad, you're their father figure, and you've shown that to them. You've shown it on a daily basis. You take 100 responsibility for them, and you prioritize all their needs. every day.
I don't know, I kind of got off of that lately. I think that's where, kind of segueing into something else, like getting spread teeth in,
Yeah.
and then not really focusing on the priorities closer to home, the center,
Now,
if
of
you
course,
will.
you have this want to help the other kids.
Yeah, but we can be able to help out other places, like you're saying. I mean, I kind of was just thinking about. I think I was reading the book Today Matters by John C. Maxwell,
Mm-hmm.
and it kind of talks about that, about figuring out the priorities, what the priorities are. I need to like make a list, figure that out so I can know.
And with that too, we need to always talk about it, right? We always have to voice it out. I feel like we talk about it. We have family meetings most of the time. We have family meetings almost every day, right?
Oh, we slipped on that, and I think that
But
can
I
be.
feel like we need, yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying like it's easy to slip back into like the default of not doing.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course. Yeah. Yeah.
but it really does
Totally
help.
get it. It helps when we talk about it because then it gets instilled in our system, and then our system find ways of what we need to do, how we can accomplish that, how can we move closer to that goal, not without just like it's same thing as a writing, same thing writing your thoughts or journaling because we want to see it, right? We want to see it. We want to see our thoughts, not just keeping it in our heads or letting it run our lives without actually seeing it in paper and be like, oh, this is actually how I'm feeling that day. Or, cool, I have all this, great things going for my life and I'm so grateful for that. Things like that. But if we just say, oh, this is the goal and then be like, that's why we get sidetracked. That's why we fell off.
Which I got fell off too. The entire idea is to travel the world and figure that out to where we can go, travel, get paid, get mitigated. And there's no doubt if I was like, that's what I say. You're talking about like things that you wish you knew now last year. Like I wish I was doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And I'd help a bunch of other people build their stuff. It's like, man, if I just focus on building my thing. But then again, I learned by helping other people. But I think it's also knowing when to like focus on yourself.
Exactly.
Because I mean, eventually, no matter what you're doing, somebody's got to like step up and take the next part, I guess. I don't know.
What is that exactly?
Like for with the academy, like helping out with the kids. I
Mm.
love helping out with the kids, but it's a huge part of our day. It's a huge commitment, and our kids aren't even there all the time.
I don't know. I mean, to be quite frank, that place kind of fell down when you left, and Chris Ewan left,
It's hard. It's hard to find.
and Betty left. Betty was one of the greatest foundation of that place because she kept everybody in line. We need someone like that, and we used to think that was a little bit weird, but then when we found out that that is needed for something like that to run properly, like you have to hold people accountable, and that's exactly what she was doing. And then that was gone,
I mean, it's
and
just
the people that actually are intentional about the whole thing, not just because you have a kid in there, kind of left, and it just
it gets left to like a couple people.
falling apart. And then most of the coaches, I don't really know what to coach to these kids.
It's like figure it out.
I don't know what to do
Learn.
with these kids. Like, why are you here?
Yeah, get better.
Why did you want to volunteer to coach?
I'm probably have to cut this
Oh,
out.
because I don't care. They can hear whatever I have to say because it's facts. I'm just being authentic of my observation.
True.
They can have their own opinion, but this is mine.
Mhm.
I'm entitled to my own.
I love you, baby.
I love you too. But like that's because of that. Because of that. But is that your responsibility?
I mean, I think I did my part. I did my part. You got to know when to
I think the expectation was for you to take over
do everything.
and be there on a daily basis, coaching every single practice, making sure that they're like you used to before. You literally was in that place almost 6 days a week, 7 days even. You were there from 5:45 to 8 in the nighttime.
So I just hang around and
Because that was the start of the practice. And you were doing most of the coaching while the other coaches just stand and talk on the side. And I felt like that made you feel resentment towards them because like you were mostly doing all the coaching work because you want the kids to actually learn what the fuck is wrestling about. And then they're just there to kind of like maybe socialize. I don't know.
or they'll like look at their kid,
Or just coach their kids, basically.
which and whenever I'm there, I almost never, like I rarely interact with like Chris and Steven, like because there's other kids that I gotta work with.
You interact with them here at the house.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's my thing. Like if you want to coach your kid, get a mat and do it at your house.
Or in the carpeted area. That's what you do. You don't ever use the mat intentionally. Jaden is the one who freaking...
Why did I finish the laundry? Do it another time.
Huh?
Do another one another time. I'm gonna do laundry.
We should also record our jiu-jitsu workouts too. Like this is what I learned this week, or this is what I learned today.
Oh, we could turn your channel into like a family.
But let me
channel.
tell you something. I'm gonna be paying $120 to join Gracie. Then I'm gonna be there for like more than twice a week. That's for sure. I'm gonna get my money's worth and be like there. That's 120. I mean 175. But then you're gonna be helping out coaching. So that's why we have 120 to pay. Which is a great deal.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
Gotta be the jiu-jitsu queen.
Not queen, but like I would like to get myself to gain this confidence of like, okay, this is what I know about myself. This is my limit, or this is like I know lots of ways to protect myself. You know what I mean?
That's since we're still talking. What about the transition from like powerlifting to
Weightlifting,
yeah
Olympic lifting.
to BJ or just lifting from to BJ to jiu-jitsu?
I'm not transitioning because I'm still going to lift.
Yeah, but like
I'm still going to be
trying it out.
trying a combat sport.
Yeah.
Trying out or committing to a combat sport. Not trying. Because trying means I'm just halfway.
Yeah.
Like, hey. And I don't like that anymore. I don't like doing things like that anymore. Because I prove it to myself time and time again. If I'm saying things like, oh, I'm gonna try, it never gets done. Oh. I'm gonna trick my mind being like I'm committed to this. Paying good money. You better show up. You gotta show up. And I think that's a helpful thing, like to have, to think that way. Because you don't want to, you work for your money, right? So you don't want to waste it. So there's the exchange. Like you pay them that much money to teach you the skill. So, but yeah, I'm excited. And it's a scary thing. Like there's little self-doubt creeping in the back of my head. Be like, you even know what you're doing? Things like that. Like, who do you think you are? Like, BJJ at 37 years old? What are you thinking? You're crazy.
Yeah, I'm crazy, and that's why I love you.
Okay, baby.
So you try to look at the camera and just be like, older ladies, older ladies that started BJJ later. Do you have any advice?
Yeah, like older ladies that started combat sport, like not just the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but any combat sport. Any advice that you guys can give me, I would gladly take it, and I will do my very best to follow through. But yeah, this is the new journey for me. and I'd like to really get better at it.
You get better at it.
Yeah, I'd like to really do an excellent job.
Right.
Thank you.
All right. Well, what's up with this?